Welcome back to the National Hurricane Center. This is Ken Graham right here in our operations area, getting the latest information on Hurricane Henri. Yes, Hurricane Henri. We just got new information. We put out the latest advisory with 75-mile-per-hour winds. Constantly getting new information here. Right now the movement north-northeast, moving at about 14 miles an hour. So we were predicting this to become a hurricane. So Henri has finally done it and reached that hurricane force strength. On the satellite here, we're constantly getting information from the hurricane hunters. You can see these wind barbs right there. They're getting us the pressure. They're getting us where the center is. It really does help. But not only that, it really helps us get the actual structure of the storm, how far out these high winds go. And actually that wind field is expanding, really looking at the information that we're getting. So here's the center, and just for reference, here's up New York, New Jersey, and we continue to see this pull to the north, impacting even tomorrow morning, starting to see some of those winds reach the shore. How we get that information? We've showed this several times, and you can't always see the center through the clouds, and that's why the hurricane hunters are just so vital to us. The tail Doppler radar from NOAA just really getting in there, and you can't miss it here. You can really see the center of the storm right about that location, and it really helps us pinpoint that center. So a big shout out to the hurricane hunters, really getting us the information we need to do what we need to do. And one of the big things we need to do is continue to update the forecast, and that's what we've done here with that data. Here's the hurricane force wind stretching out from the center. That's what the hurricane hunters are finding. Here's the tropical storm force winds, and I really do want to highlight that because in this quadrant here, it extends out about 120 miles from the center, about 90 miles up in the northeast quadrant. And if you take that forward, can't concentrate on that center line. Think about this as the system moves forward with time, and you can see it bounds with our tropical storm warnings on each end of the hurricane warning. So it's really important to think of it not just the center, but these impacts are well outside the center. The winds are outside the center, and we're going to see the rain and the storm surge also outside the center. Another change, we've extended in red here the hurricane warning, extended it towards the east to include Rhode Island and portions of Massachusetts, including Connecticut and Long Island as well, as we did before. So that's expanded, and also this tropical storm warning has expanded as well on the west side. That does include New York City with that tropical storm warning. So that's what we have timing wise tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning when you get up, the hurricane's going to be close to the coast here, and the winds will be already there. Remember, we looked at the wind radii, looking at the arrival of tropical storm force winds. This is the graphic here. So we look at this. This is 2 a.m. on Sunday, starting to see the Jersey shore, starting to see some of these winds with time. This is 8 a.m. on Sunday, so tomorrow morning, before landfall, you're already seeing some of these tropical storm force winds make their way into Long Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and eventually into Massachusetts. So that's what we're going to have with time. What does that represent? Now, you got to have things wrapped up. So it's too dangerous to be outside with tropical storm force winds. Too dangerous to be outside with plywood. Outside getting prepared. So preparedness needs to take place today. I've really been trying to get that information out. Prepare today. It's going to be too dangerous. So let's look at the other impacts. One of them is going to be the rainfall, significant amount of rainfall here. Some areas in orange, you see part of Long Island there getting 6 to 10 inches of rain, even stretching northward. But remember, it's not about that exact value. This is a large area, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, some places 6 to 10 inches of rain. And the little wiggles in this storm, some of these core values could move around left and right depending on those little wiggles of the storm. So that's something to remember with time. Some of these core values could sneak a little further to the east depending on the actual track. So we talked about the wind, we talked about this rain, dangerous combination because you already have saturated soils. We're going to put more tropical rain on there, and we're going to have some high winds. You're going to knock down some trees. Going to be some power outages, going to be significant impacts in these areas with the rainfall, the winds, treacherous travel. So please take this one serious. No such thing as just a tropical storm. No such thing as just a Category 1 hurricane. It's going to be a pretty big impact. Here's the other impact we have to talk about. It's definitely going to be the storm surge. Look at some of these values around Nantucket Sound, Buzzards Bay, Narragansett Bay, 3 to 5 feet of storm surge. That's dangerous. That accounts for the tide. That accounts for everything we can throw. Bigger, smaller, left-right storm. That's water up your pant leg. So right along the coastline and up in some of these bays, just a dangerous situation. Please listen to those local officials. If they're saying that it's too dangerous to be there, just definitely listen to them and get out of those areas. Also, East Rockaway Inlet over to Mastic Beach, 2 to 4 feet. That includes Fire Island, 2 to 4 feet of storm surge. So if you're out there, vacation, camping, keep in mind, that's some big water totals, and you need to listen to those local officials and get out of there if you need to. Long Island Sound, 3 to 5 feet, the water gets pushed into the sound, and it gets blocked up by the channel with the East River. It backs up. You can get some 3 to 5 feet of storm surge in Long Island Sound. And remember, you get the storm surge at different times. The winds come in, that pushes the water in. Once the storm moves north and the winds change directions, you can see other areas get some of that storm surge as well. So that is the latest information that we have. We'll continue to keep you posted. Please take this one serious. It's going to be a pretty big impact for us on Sunday and into Monday morning. This has been Ken Graham here at the National Hurricane Center.